Table numéro 2. Simple messieurs, men singles, table 2. For Brazil, pour le Brésil, Gustavo Tsuboi. For China, pour la Chine, champion du monde en titre, Zhang Jike.
MC just announcing the players into the court here for the next men's singles second round. The atmosphere here, Dawn, is electric. Day 4, Thursday evening here in Bercy, Paris. Bonsoir, good evening everyone. You're in for some more world-class table tennis. The atmosphere is very, very alive here. Lots of fun, lots of great games. A few shocks as well today already. Some good performances by the French players, keeping the local fans excited and involved. And now we are up for the second round match between world-ranked 79 in the world, Gustavo Tsuboi of Brazil, and that man there. There he is actually, Tsuboi in blue. World-ranked number 79, 28 years old. And he is up against wearing the black top of China with the yellow flash across the front. The one and the only Zhang Jike from China. World number 4 at the moment. 25 years old. And the current Olympic champion, winning in London last year, 2012. What a tournament he had. All the thoughts would probably be that Zhang Jike is a clear favourite here, Dawn, but we've had a few shocks, so maybe you never know.
You never know, that's for sure. And Zhang Jike, of course, a very unpredictable player, current world champion as well as Olympic champion. There he is, a right-handed topspin player. He's certainly one for the big stage. Quite a few great players in the past were able to produce it when it really counted. Go back to Jan-Ove Waldner. Lost a few of the minor tournaments, relatively minor tournaments, but come the Olympics, come the Worlds, Waldner was always at his best, and I feel Zhang Jike is a similar sort of player. He'll raise his game here in Paris, but he'll want to start well. He'll want a convincing performance here, that's for sure. If we go back even further, I remember a Hungarian player, István Jonya, very similar. His performance in the European League, in the European tournaments was very good, but when it came to the Worlds, what a player. Moved up a gear. Some players have that ability. So, let's see how he goes, Johnny. But I think he'll be pumped up for this one. He's playing a player some 75 places below him on the world ranking list. Pressure's on him a little bit, but I think he'll be mentally tough. He'll be prepared for this one, and he'll be looking to put in a solid performance.
And of course has a good track record of winning in Paris. Won the World Cup here in 2011. He'll want to continue that CV building here, no doubt. Retain the World Championship, which he won in Rotterdam in the same year, 2011.
Certainly plays well in this part of the world, doesn't he? Olympics in London, Worlds in Rotterdam, now the Worlds in Paris. So, and of course, a very interesting personality, Johnny. He's been ripped his shirt off when he won in Rotterdam.
Shows his emotion, that's for sure. That's what we like to see in the sport, Dawn. A bit of entertainment, bit of engagement, bit of passion.
Absolutely.
Always good, alongside the skill and abilities. So there he is, Zhang Jike. Just final preparations for both players. There's Tsuboi.
First game.
Zhang Jike to get us underway in game 1.
Lock 1.
Nice to get the first point under the belt, Tsuboi. Playing the world champion, the current world champion. Nice to win the first point.
1-0.
Very interesting to look at the dynamics of the Chinese setup, of course. Zhang Jike, a world and Olympic champion. That's a pretty awesome double. But of course, the coach sat in his corner. He's also a former world and Olympic champion, Liu Guliang. And the coach in the corner for the women's team, Kong Ling Hui, a former world and Olympic champion. Pretty impressive setup.
Pedigree everywhere. Don.
3-1.
Certainly, Zhang Jike down to serious business from the word go.
And we'll see how the next few points play out, Dawn, but already early exchanges, you can just see the difference, can't you, between player in the top 10, top 5, and a player in and around 70, 80. It's just that split second faster. Tsuboi making a couple of errors. Ball just coming back, that extra bit of pace, extra bit of spin. Zhang Jike can be erratic at times if players tend to, if they can stay with him, rattle his cage. He can be erratic, not just as solid as perhaps Ma Long or Ma Lin has been in the past, but equally explosive if he really is on his game.
2-5.
Clever play there. Came up the back of the ball. Didn't go too much for pace. Brushed up the back, more spin than speed. Tsuboi just not quite getting his racket sufficiently over the top of the ball. The spin biting into the rubber, pinging off the end of the table.
5-3.
It's an interesting return of serve. It's a technique that's been developed over recent years where the top players now, when the service is short to the forehand, they come across, as we see here, return it with the backhand. All sorts of names flying around. The banana return of serve seems to be a popular one. The bat following the perimeter of what would be a banana. Side spin. And then either top spin, back spin. Difficult to read the spin. And Zhang Jike is certainly a fine exponent of that particular technique.
Also another example there of his strengths. Forehand over the table. Electrifying pace and strength. So 6-3 in this opening game for Zhang Jike. 7-3. As both players just try to find their rhythm, play themselves into the match. Nice change from Tsuboi there. Went for the fast serve down the middle and followed up with a good strong cross-court. Left-handed forehand, of course, there then, taking it wide on Zhang Jike's backhand. Nice change from the Brazilian.
8-4.
Can't afford to do too many of those, though.
The players are entitled to towel down every 6 points, and indeed, Tsuboi and Zhang are both taking the opportunity to do so. And it's Zhang now with his 2 serves to come. That's the situation that Tsuboi has to avoid, him being forced away from the table. Having said that, that backhand retrieve caught the edge of the table. Tsuboi won the point, but he won't win many in that situation, that's for sure.
Net 8-5.
Clever placement. Changed the direction at the last second by using the wrist, this time coming across the inside of the ball, fading it out wide to the left-hander's forehand. 9-5, 2 points needed for this first game.
5-10.
Easy one there for Zhang Jike. Serve from Tsuboi, just drifting along. Zhang Jike giving it a top spin. Tsuboi was unable to control.
10-6.
Similar again, though lucky on the net, just serving a little loose, Tsuboi, which of course in itself isn't a crime, but if you're going to serve long, in my view, you need to do it with intent so that you know what's coming back. But if you want to play short, you need to play short. 1 game point saved in this opening game. But Zhang Jike with the second serve of 2.
8-10.
Zhang Jike this time with the loose serve. Tsuboi now. Will he change it? Will he go for the fast one? Will he go down the backhand of Zhang Jike? Or will his serve drift long and Zhang Jike can attack? Oh, he's gone for the fast one and followed it up with a great forehand topspin cross court. 3 game points saved here. Good effort from the Brazilian.
That was a very brave point by the Brazilian. The long fast serve, straight in with the topspin. Well done, Tsuboi.
Oh, and just too spinny.
First game to Zhang.
Zhang Jike survives. And takes it 11 points to 9.
Time.
So they're back out for the second game. Not a bad performance by
Tsuboi to serve.
Gustavo Tsuboi.
The ball.
Just drifted on a couple of points, a couple of serves drifted long, a couple of free topspins then for Zhang Jike, but not a bad performance. He'll take a lot of heart from that. He's got to vary the service a lot, make Zhang Jike think short, long, and then be positive.
Lock 1.
Zhang Jike clearly perhaps just a little bit slow off the blocks in that first game, but he'll no doubt want to accelerate through.
Lock.
Tsuboi will be disappointed there. There's a good opportunity to make the forehand topspin. The return a little high. Just caught the top of the net, but it was the right stroke selection. Just didn't quite pull it off. Zhang Jike now with his 2 serves. And there's that reverse action service. A fast accelerating wrist, making contact as the bat is going away from the body. And again, it's Zhang Jike in the driving seat at the start.
Oh, that serve was
Butchered.
absolutely butchered. Loaded with backspin, that one. Solid start now from Zhang Jike in game 2. And just looking at those errors there from Tsuboi, Don, it's funny, if you talk to some of the guys after they've played against one of the Chinese players, some people are saying that they always underestimate the amount of spin that the Chinese players exert in the ball. Whether that's obviously because they're training their techniques to be able to do so, but also the rubber, that it's exceptionally tacky, exceptionally grippy. And in terms of serves and lots of backspin, or even on the top spins that they're playing, sometimes the players are blocking them off the end, citing that it's additional spin the Chinese players are able to put into the ball.
5-2.
Certainly is an interesting question. Is it equipment-led? Is it technique-led? An interesting discussion to be had on that subject, and I'm sure opinions will vary.
Well contained, Tsuboi. Absorbed the pressure of the Zhang Jike backhand. Took his chance here to just accelerate through slightly on the forehand side. There it was. Changed the pace. It was enough to secure the point. It's good play. Not often you see Zhang Jike playing 3-4 backhands in a row. Usually keen to get that bullet of a forehand into play. Great footwork around the court. Tsuboi coming back into this second game at 4-5.
Great serve from the Brazilian player. The long, fast serve straight into the world champion's forehand. Took him by surprise. And the score's level, 5 points each. Gutsy performance by the Brazilian.
Give him confidence at well done, I would say. Of being 4-0 down, coming back to 5-all.
6-5.
It's a well-placed backhand down the line from the world champion. See that again on the replay. Tsuboi trying to get round to play the forehand. Didn't quite have the speed of foot to get into position. It's 3 consecutive points for Zhang Jike. Just picks it up with the backhand. Again, it's the long serve.
It is, and this is where, at times, Zhang Jike might be described as erratic, where he can make quite a lot of unforced errors at times, allowing players to get back into matches. 6-8. Tsuboi's got back 2 here. Zhang Jike serving 8-6. 8-7, there it goes again. He just seems to lose his concentration at times, Zhang Jike, which is remarkable when you consider he is the Olympic and current world champion.
Well done, Tsuboi. We had Zhu Jin playing earlier on table 2. He played 4 games against Par Gabrel from Sweden and made 1 or 2 mistakes in the whole match. Seen more mistakes from Zhang Jike in the last 6 points. But, as we all know, come the big occasion, Zhang Jike's the man.
Oh, well played. Gustavo Tsuboi absorbed the pressure from Zhang Jike. Fishing it back from the great backhand acceleration there. He took his opportunity. And once again, Zhang Jike makes the error. See how he does with this pressure here. And Tsuboi's got the service, and he's done well on his serve in this game. He's mixed it up. Zhang Jike won't know what to expect. Will it be short? Will it be fast? Will it be long? Bad error. Opposite chance. He got the mediocre flick there, Don, from Zhang Jike to Tsuboi.
But again, I think it's exactly as you said before, Johnny. Zhang Jike coming round, playing that reverse, that backhand banana return a serve. Very difficult to read the spin when the Chinese play that shot. That looked pretty straightforward, and Tsuboi, who's been playing quite superb, didn't read the spin. There was a little bit more backspin on the ball than he thought. So 9 points each, business end of the second game.
10-9.
And the Zhang Jike backhand topspin there bounced on the white line, bounced on the baseline, and it's game point to Zhang.
Unusual high toss serve from Zhang Jike. I've not seen him do that too often. Tsuboi picked it up. Great receive. Back at Juice here. 10 points all. Service back to Tsuboi. 2 points clear.
10-all.
Will he go for the fast one again? Follow it in with a counter topspin. Oh, he went short. It wasn't a bad return from Zhang Jike. It wasn't world class. It just drifted. Tsuboi, great feeling, great acceleration, good timing to pick that ball up. Put the pressure on to Zhang Jike, who makes the error. Good chance for Tsuboi here.
11-all.
Super serve from the current world champion. Keeps the game alive. Very important. If Tsuboi could just pinch this one, would make things very interesting indeed. Otherwise, I have a fear that Zhang Jike will just run away with it.
Lots of errors in Zhang Jike's game. Tsuboi there just throwing the ball up in the air. Good tactics, varying the speed and spin. And again, game point for Brazil.
Net.
You can tell if you look at the body language from Tsuboi, he believes he's in with a chance. Just look at him.
Oh, and he went for it. He was right to go for it. It looked like a little bit of a topspin serve. Tsuboi's going for it. Why not? 12-11. The quality of the top players in the world, Dawn, when it's tight, when it's meaningful, when it matters, is remarkable. Great tight serves. Zhang Jike is showing that. Serving at 11-12 there. Back to 12-all. Still a good chance here for Tsuboi. Zhang Jike not flowing by any means. Oh, ho, ho. Fist punch from Gustavo Tsuboi. He did well here. He was under pressure. That's a great left-handed ball. Ball fading right to left using the side spin. Good footwork to recover. Great visual of the side steps there. Nice control ball. Wasn't the power that won it. It was the spin and the placement.
And interestingly enough, we've had a timeout called by Brazil.
Very interesting indeed, that, Don.
It's a positive timeout, I feel, here. Clearly the Brazilian coach, like you just said, Johnny, if Zhang Jike wins this game, there's every chance he'll run away and win it 4-0. This is a big, big game. It's a massive, pivotal moment in this contest. And full marks to the Brazilian coach. He's identified that. He's hoping that this slight pause, the opportunity just to calm Tsuboi down. Let's be steady. Let's see there, the look on his face. He knows he's in with a chance. Just got to stay calm, play positive. No need to take any ridiculous chances. 50-50, yes, but let's not go for any 10% chance shots. So here we go.
Will he save another one? Or will Tsuboi level us all up here at 1 game all?
Net 12-13. 13 all.
Over it just a little bit. Too excited on the return and serve, but it's good to see him being positive. But that's twice now he's just missed the return and serve, been very positive, perhaps just taking too high a risk.
What a good spin from Tsuboi. It's definitely not the pace that's winning it here, it's the spin and the changes of the spins. Look at the arc of that ball over the net, super top spin. Zhang Jike unable to control it. He faces another game point here. Oh, he got it that time. Fantastic effort from the Brazilian. 15-13, a great second game from Gustavo Tsuboi. And now things become very interesting indeed.
Time. Time.
So as the players make their way back to the table, Don, are we on for another shock here in Bercy, Paris?
Could be, could be. I think when this game started, Tsuboi would have been a little bit worried about being overawed by the world and Olympic champion, but all you have to do now is very simply look at him, look at his body language, look how he celebrates the points when he wins them. He thinks he's in there with a chance.
Great to see. That's what the World Championships is all about.
One love.
I wonder what Lu Guliang's advice was to the Olympic and current world champion.
One all.
It's fascinating, isn't it? You don't know, or we don't know, Zhang Jike's personality. Did he get a little bit of a rocket there? He's got to concentrate. He's got to keep the momentum going. Does he respond to that? Or does he respond more to the slightly calmer, relaxed,
hand round the shoulder type?
Exactly, a bit of TLC.
And that's crucial, isn't it, Don, in your experience as an international coach at this level? It's crucial to know the personality of your players, right? So that you approach that conversation in the right way.
Exactly. Sometimes it's tender, loving care that's required. Sometimes it's a rocket. And I'm not sure what Zhang Jike got there from Liu Guliang. Maybe a combination of the two. But everybody's different. Everybody responds to different motivation. Got a sneaky feeling Zhang Jike might respond to, I bet you can't win the next 3 games. He looks the type who would take on a challenge. Give him a challenge.
I agree. Just for that focus, just to give him that extra bit of focus so he doesn't get bored or whatever in the matches, which sometimes he cruises to a big lead and then seems to switch off. But not here, not in this one.
He's a lot more active now, Zhang Jike, 5-1. Look at him, he's even running after the ball. He was walking after the ball in the first 2 games. He's jogging back to the barriers.
It's a sign.
In Lancashire, we'd say he's had a kick up the backside, and he's responding accordingly.
1-6.
Yeah, very solid now. Tsuboi lost a little bit of his rhythm here now. Needs to find it quick.
6-2.
Relentless topspins being fired at the Brazilian now by the Chinese player. But again, mistakes. Fairly elementary balls, those.
De Corée from Democratic Republic of Korea, Pak Si-Young.
3-8.
Il affronte le Portugal from Portugal, Marcos Freitas.
Great spin generated there. Straight arm right back of the swing. We'll just see it here. Nice flick too. Straight arm, straight through. Look at the arc on that again. Needed to come through it. Close the racket a little bit more. Zhang Jike.
Zhang Jike now with his 2 serves. Certainly be looking to get in behind the serve if he can. Gets in with a spinny backhand topspin that's just about strong enough to win the point. 9-4.
Counter
topspin just not working at the moment for Zhang Jike. Has to be a little bit careful here. 2 points for Tsuboi with the serve. Put a little bit of pressure on the Zhang Jike serve. If he's serving at 9-7, he'll certainly want one of these 2 points.
6-9.
Gotta respect Gustavo Tsuboi for keeping going here. Still focused. As you were saying earlier, Dawn, clearly has a little bit of belief there going on. Oh, that was a chance as well. Just didn't lift the backspin receive. And so 4 game points. Zhang Jike not dominating by any stretch of the imagination, but can go 2-1 up here. Does so.
Third game to Zhang.
And whilst it's not massively impressive as we may expect from the Olympic and current world champion, sometimes these matches you just have to be efficient. 2-1 now, Zhang Jike.
Time. Time. Four game. Tsuboi is to serve. La ball.
It's bath time. So Gustavo Tsuboi to get us underway. It's a good effort so far. He's serving at 1-2 down in games. Can he get off to a good start here?
Love 1.
Just needs to change it up a little bit, I feel, Don. Can't just continue in the same vein. Tsuboi. The game he won and indeed in the first, which he only lost 11-9. Great variation in the service. Oh, that's a great ball from Zhang Jike.
A lot of power. Hit Tsuboi in the body. One thing that's advantageous for Zhang Jike when he's playing inconsistently is the opponent doesn't really get into too much of a rhythm. They start to believe they've got a chance, but the rallies are bitty. 1 minute he's pushing long, then he's flicking, then he's coming across and returning with the backhand from the forehand side.
3 love.
Very difficult to settle down to get into a rhythm against Zhang Jike. So we haven't had many great points, have we, in this men's singles? We had Omar Assar and Adrian Krisan.
Love 4.
The previous match, wonderful rally after wonderful rally. And neither of those two, in all fairness, in the same class as Zhang Jike.
Love 5.
Too strong at the moment. Can he keep his concentration?
Men singles, table 6. For Slovenia, pour Slovénie, Bojan Tokic. For Germany, pour l'Allemagne, Bastian Steger.
Good play, good play. Steady from Tsuboi, not panicking, staying cool. Out wide to the backhand of Zhang Jike. A great angle there from the left-hander. And he looks as if he's enjoying it out there. Fist punched.
It's certainly difficult, I feel, in general, for players to serve short in here. I think the tables are quite quick. A lot of players having problems keeping it tight. So it's
6-1.
definitely an advantage to get used to the conditions out here. And of course, the players don't have the opportunity to play in the team event like they did several years ago and really get used to the conditions. This is probably Zhang Jike's second, third game in this hall.
1-7.
So again, it's certainly advantageous to get play in the main arena. The ball coming into the court from the adjacent table.
Not often you see Zhang Jike in blocking mode.
And this is where Zhang Jike can just take his foot off the pedal a little bit.
Oh, it's good play from Tsuboi. I didn't see Zhang Jike get the last one back. His footwork's so sharp. It's this one that goes wide. It's a great ball from Tsuboi. Watch how he just goes over it on the backhand there.
Net 7-4.
Still advantage Zhang Jike here with the serve at 7-4.
4-8.
It's just the difference as well, isn't it, against the Chinese players, Don? There's Tsuboi, does a great flick. 9 times out of 10 wouldn't come back against the rest of the world. But the Chinese players can always just surprise and return those balls.
Slightly fortunate there.
Yeah.
For Zhang Jike. Not sure what they caught the top of the net, and then maybe even a thick edge on the table as well. A wry smile on the face of Gustavo Tsuboi. 4-9. was well anticipated by Zhang Jike, waiting for that long, fast serve into his forehand. And now 6 game points for a 3-1 lead.
Oh, backhand down the line. That must have been fizzing with spin, that forehand from Zhang Jike. Took a big risk there, Tsuboi. We're at a good angle, see it here. Just punched it down the line. A bit like Waldner did. Or Carl Preen would have done that a lot, wouldn't he, Don? The old punch with a backhand.
11-5.
But there it is, 11-5. And whilst Gustavo Tsuboi is giving it his best efforts and isn't a million miles away, the difference is clear at the moment now. 3-1 Zhang Jike.
Time. Fifth game. Zhang to serve. La ball.
So Zhang Jike to get us underway in game 5. It's 3-1.
Net. La ball. Lob 1. No.
Good service from Zhang Jike. Nice forehand down the middle of the table. Brave play from Tsuboi to play short or mid-table service topspin. Try to follow in topspin. Taking Zhang Jike on. And again,
3-1.
Zhang Jike just too strong. Three-one. Tsuboi needs to stay with Zhang Jike here, otherwise it could be over. Good topspin down the middle. You just keep the pressure on. Stay solid. Look for his own opportunities like that on the backhand and his forehand accelerations that he's been doing in this match. You never know. There we go, a little bit of luck maybe, but shrug of the shoulders from Zhang Jike. And suddenly, as it was rolling away at 3-1, could have gone 4-5-1. It's instead back at 3-all. Brazilian focusing, thinking about what he has to do next. It's got to be solid, it's got to be tight, it's got to be the absolute 100%. If he's going to go short, it needs to be short. If he's going to go long, he needs to go long. No room for error when playing Zhang Jike. Good service as well. He's varying it nicely. Last couple of serves were topspin. That one was a backspin. And that one worked well too. That time he served down the Zhang Jike backhand. Followed it in with some strong top spins. It's a good run here from Gustavo Tsuboi. Nice change of pace there with a lot of spin. Zhang Jike pinging it off the end. 4 points in a row now for the Brazilian.
4-5.
Good reverse action service from Zhang Jike. And then the spinny backhand top spin. Good variation. But certainly Tsuboi playing some great table tennis in this fifth game. And if anything, it's Zhang Jike who's hanging on in there.
4-5. 5-4.
Zhang Jike did well to pick up that backhand. Good return of serve by Tsuboi. Here we see that again. You only have to look at his face. Just look at the determination there. That flick came through very flat, but Zhang Jike able to brush up the back of the ball. And at the halfway stage in this fifth game, it's honours shared. It's 5 points each.
6-5.
And certainly every time Tsuboi gets in behind the serve, he's in with a good chance of winning the point.
Good variation on the serve again from Tsuboi. And he's punching the air. He believes here. Chinese supporters in the crowd here in Paris trying to get behind their man.
Good combination of backhand and forehand top spins. And Zhang Jike now 1 point adrift. Second serve coming up in this sequence. Again, Zhang Jike just letting the ball drop slightly below top of the bounce, brushes up the back of the ball. Again, going for spin rather than speed. 7 points each. Tsuboi now with his 2 serves to come.
I wonder what he'll go for here, Don. We've seen a lot of variation. Will he go fast one into the backhand, fast one into the middle? Oh, he went long, he went long.
Again, I think a point you made before,
drifted,
Johnny, is that, and I know it sounds pretty obvious, when you serve short, it's got to be short. That second bounce has got to be over. That serve was neither short nor long. It bounced in the middle of the table into Zhang Jike's forehand. Don't think he could have done a worse serve, to be honest.
9-7.
And didn't get any advantage on that one either. That was a crucial moment. Tsuboi needed at least one of those, I feel. 2 serves now for Zhang Jike. Nice receive from Tsuboi. He's got him back. Oh, that's just brilliant. Look how the ball arcs down and bends in at the last minute. Really deep, really difficult for the opponents. Watch this next one. Really deep, fizzing with spin, that one. Very difficult to control for Tsuboi.
Always varying the point of contact between bat and ball. Sometimes brushing up the back, sometimes going more through the ball. And the heavy backspin on the service. And Zhang Jike takes the 5th game, 11 points to 7. And that's a victory for the world champion. I wouldn't say he's cruised into the next round, Johnny, but he's certainly got through.
Absolutely, and sometimes you need those matches to just grind through as you make your way through the draw.